Hi, my name is Bill Hedges and I have lived in Rotorua for nearly most of my life. I grew up here, I went to school here, Western Heights High School. After a short stint up in Auckland in the Navy, I came back and spent about 15 odd years in retail, and then leaving that I now have my own business in Rotorua doing photography. I am of Māori descent and I have 3 children. So why am I running for council? Well, the last 9 years has been a bit of a shambles for Rotorua. We are being debted and debted more, and I feel I can't idly sit by watching this city that has so much opportunity and should be prospering being wasted. So the only thing you can really do is put your hand up and say, look, I'm here to help. So the issue of youth unemployment, I don't think Rotorua actually has a youth unemployment problem. I think it has an unemployment problem full stop. And that is because we do not have any industry really in Rotorua. We're concentrating so much on retail because of our tourism that we're forgetting our industry. But if we were to concentrate on the youth side of it, I think that's actually also more national rather than Rotorua bound, because it has to do with education. We are basically being told, or our kids are being told, that you go and get a good education, you spend lots of money and you'll get a job, and that's just not true. And there are some people that just don't want an education, they just want to work, and we're not providing for them. The best way is to actually get industry in and have things like apprenticeships. I was an apprentice myself, and it was great. You learnt while you worked, and you got the best knowledge from your mentors who actually showed you through and how to do things. And the one thing about Rotorua, and the Māori people especially, is that they're great hands-on people. They love doing things. They love to work, we're just not giving them the opportunity to. And so we have to look at that side of things. We've got to get a workforce and jobs for a workforce that actively want to work. Education is good, but it's not for everyone. I've retailed in Rotorua in the city for many years, and basically the retail sector only has a limited number of people that actually will go there. Rotorua has 2 economies, or 2 flows if you like. One is the city flow, the other one is the tourism flow, and they do not intersect, they do not meet. And this is where Rotorua is going wrong. We're not taking advantage of the tourism industry. The tourism businesses are, who are on the outside skirts of town, but we do not merge the tourism into our city and make it a reason for them to come in. If they come in, they spend money. It's just as simple as that. But you hardly ever see a tourist walking down the city, the main city. Then we go and open up satellite cities and things like that, and for the limited number of people who buy in Rotorua, they get all shunted out to these these outer flows like the mall. And congratulations to the mall for doing what it's doing. It's pulled the flow across, it's making business, but it has actually killed the city centre. And bad decisions from the council by not matching the mall by having free parking has furthered the cause of basically where the city centre itself is now. The real fix to the city centre is to reshuffle it around logically and redesign it so that it basically accounts for people flow, and people can walk around easily to places and want to walk around to places. The side effect of that is that crime and all that sort of stuff will disappear as well. We're currently too concentrated on putting band-aids on problems rather than looking at the core and fixing the core. You fix the core, 3 or 4 problems get fixed afterwards. I learned by doing, and so when the by-elections came up, I thought it a great opportunity to actually go in and see exactly what was needed and what had to be done. So I went in there and I learned quite a lot. And one thing I did learn is that although a lot of people have ideas, basically as an individual they're not going to work. You have to have a team on the council, and they all have to come to an agreement on ideas and that. So you need a council that listens to each other. That's the most important thing. But also on that as well, you have to have a council that does not have secret meetings. That's not democracy. As well as if an issue comes up and people are at odds about it, you still have to listen to what their point of view is, not say that they're breaking the status quo or they're going against what you want to go forward in, because most of the time there'll be a reason why they are actually against something. So a good council is one that can listen to each other, argue the point, and then come to the right decisions for the many, not for the few. I'm not a public speaker. In fact, I'm so out of my comfort zone at the moment. Politics, I do not like politics either. But at the same time, I do not like seeing families suffer. I do not like being told what you have to do when there's no reason to. I do not like seeing families having to spend most of their hard-earned money on rates or rent. I do not like seeing the elderly who have spent a lot of their time and their money and their effort putting into a society, and they can't afford to live on it or enjoy it anymore. That's all wrong. We need to concentrate on what's right.